Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making my second favorite boss from the Mario series, and also happens to be a fellow tentacle title holder, Gooper Blooper. Gooper Blooper is a giant squid that Mario occasionally faces in the series, with his latest appearance being in Paper Mario: The Origami King. Originally coming from Super Mario Sunshine in Ricco Harbor, Gooper Blooper swings their tentacles and shoots ink for their attacks, and considering there aren't many projectile Akedo warriors, none that would fit our purpose, tentacles are gonna have to do. And I have a special toy just for this project. But first let me show you how I got this idea.
A dramatic recreation of the not-so-distant past.
Seeing Boss Skibidi attacking some cameraman with his head, I realized that he needed to be an unsplittable warrior, meaning that the only way to beat him is to knock him off the controller. And if you've ever seen Eddie and Clark battle, you'll know that probably half of our battles end in dismounts anyways.
But what if there was two of them?
And of dramatic recreation.
So yeah, fidget noodles are going to be the large tentacles. As for the splitting, I'm going to be using a Lego torpedo launcher. I haven't seen that before either. But seriously, if you're watching this video, then I cannot recommend Eddie's World enough. They do amazing work, and when this video's out, they may or may not have started the Halloween series. As for the rest of the build, the torpedo will be made out of paper mache and foam, and I'll use clay to make a crate for Gooper Blooper to sit on. Now, let's get right into the build. I first started with a hot foam cutter and made a tube-like shape out of the foam, making the back flat. After that, I figured I might as well get the torpedo nice and flat to hold the head on good.
You missed!
I put the cap on Blooper's head with definitely no mistakes, and melted the pieces of foam into each other. Now time for the paper mache. I bought this 8-ounce bottle of Mod Podge for this project, and I'm super excited to use it in the future. For the base, I wanted to put Gooper Blooper on a crate, so using a layer of clay as well as a bit of wire, I made a box shape. And using my first Akedo warrior, Eximus, I made sure that the launcher was at the head's height. Once I finished that, I let it dry and cut out most of the foam core on the paper mache. And put the torpedo in to cool off in some melted plastic from my 3D pen. I moved that to the side and worked on the box because it looked too much like a geyser and less like a metal crate. After boxing, I worked on the main body of Gooper, putting clay on the launcher. This will surely have no issues later. Next, I put on Gooper Blooper's fin, frill, I'll just call it a frill, onto the head. I didn't want Gooper Blooper to have just the big tentacles, so I used some piping to make little tentacles for the front and back. Now it's time for the main attraction. Get it? Like, attraction, attack. Point is, wire into fidget noodle and boom, now we have moving arms. I drilled holes into the side of the body and put them on by putting a clay cavern around the noodle. I made a hole for the launcher's bottom and clayed it into place. I also wrapped the ends of the noodles in clay for Gooper's tentacle hands. Oh yeah, and there were a few small changes I made. I clipped the torpedo back on and now it's time to paint. I started with the paper mache since it was the easiest to paint on. After a few coats of acrylic white paint on the arms, body, and head later, as well as putting red for the suckers and mouth, black for the eyes and mask. And blue for all the spots, fades, and tentacles. I was almost done. I painted the top of the crate with some blacky ink and the rest was maroon red, as well as putting Shadow Mario's iconic M on the back, and here's the result. This is by far my biggest project yet. Ignore that it took the same amount of time as the others. And I could not be happier with the result.
No one can face the Rocksteady! Ooh, shiver me timbers! Time to let her rip!
Don't worry, buddy. I'm sure you'll get them next time. And with that, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!